Good morning. It is day one of the Buzzword Readathon. I'm really excited. I am headed off to work. It's cold and yeah, it's early. So let's see how day one goes. It's the end of day one and honestly I did not get much reading done today. Yeah, it's just a Monday thing, I think. But I did start, oh, will you even be able to see it with the lights here? Let Me Lie. This is by Claire McIntosh. This is the second book of hers that I've read. I think this is actually the third one out. Like there's one in between I Let You Go and this one, which I have downstairs. But I picked this one up first out of my TBR because it's the one I think I was the most excited for. I really hope I like it. I've heard a lot of people who loved I Let You Go haven't liked her other books as much, so I don't know, we'll have to see. I'm on chapter 4, so page 19, and I didn't really look at the synopsis. I haven't paid close attention to any of the reviews just because the twists and turns in her first book were so good, and I don't want to be spoiled by any of those, even inadvertently. So yeah, but I do know, I think, from what I gather from the first few chapters and also from other people's reviews, basically it's about a girl who, her parents commit suicide 7 months apart from each other, and deep down inside she always has thought that that didn't make any sense and that there was no way that they could have done that. But she really had no way of proving it. It was just sort of that gut feeling, and of course people just brushed it off that she was really emotional. It's hard to lose both your parents. And so she kind of didn't listen to that inner voice. And then now suddenly a year later, a year after her mom's suicide, which was the second one, she gets a letter, and the letter kind of confirms her suspicions that it wasn't suicide. So far we've met Anna, which is the main character, and we're also getting the point of view of her mother. I mean, I'm assuming it's her mother. It's written in a way that you're supposed to assume it's her mother. And I don't know if it's like an inner dialogue or if these are letters or recordings or like what they're meant to be. But you're getting the impression that there is definitely something up with that. And so you have her point of view too. And it seems like it's her point of view in the present time, not her point of view from before she commits suicide. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. I'm hoping to put a really good dent into it tomorrow. I also downloaded the buddy read, so I will start listening to that tomorrow. I wanted to finish the book I was already listening to on Audible because I hate having tons of books downloaded on my phone. I just never have the space for it. So I finished that book, and now I can start listening to the buddy read. And yeah, that's about it for tonight. So I'm going to bed, and we'll see you tomorrow. Day 2 of the Buzzword Readathon. It is cold today. I'm freezing. We've actually had a lot of plus weather. Even yesterday turned into an absolutely gorgeous day. So it's kind of hits you when it's that little bit extra cold. So we're not used to it. We've had such a nice winter so far. So I am off to work. It is 5 o'clock in the morning, and yeah, we'll see how today goes. my first impulse buy was this. It's the Buzzword Readathon, and the buzzword is lie, and this had lies in the cover, so I bought it. I bought it before I looked at the Goodreads, which is not always smart because it does not have the best Goodreads rating. I don't necessarily judge a book by its Goodreads rating, and I definitely don't buy them just solely based on the Goodreads rating, but this one's kind of low, like it's a 3.3 or something like that, and it's definitely a book I've never heard of before. Chelsea Pitcher is an author that I personally have never heard of before, so I don't know, it was a bit of a risk. I think I might read a couple chapters and see what I think about it, because I can always return it tonight if I decide that it isn't the right book for me. It just sounded really fun. On the back it says, tell the truth or face the consequences, and it kind of seems like it's been blurbed as sort of a Clue meets Riverdale. I don't know if it actually was classified as YA, but it is about 5 teens, each played a part, and up until now no one has told the truth. So, oh yeah, and it kind of has like a little Agatha Christie vibe to it too, because they arrive at an isolated mansion in the hills expecting to compete in a contest for $50,000. So it's a story that has been done, and not the best reviews, but the people who liked it gave it 5 stars. So it was kind of like a lot of 1s and 2s or a lot of 5s. And it just sounds really fun. So I'm going to give it a try. We'll see how that goes. And then the last thing I got at Walmart, just for your own curiosity, is I grabbed a bunch more of these. So these are Traveler's Notebook inserts that are calendars. I can open one. Well, you know what? I don't need to open it. You can see it right there. So they're calendars, and I've been using this as my planner this year. I just like how it's a little bit smaller. It fits into my purse a little better. I can show you how I have it set up. So this is my Traveler's Notebook and my planner. Whoops, don't let that all fall out. I haven't filled this up yet, but I will. So you can see here, it looks like this. And now it is split up by month. Like this is supposed to be a monthly spread, but I have been using them as weekly spreads because I like the way that it blocks off time, or at least in my mind, these are all kind of chunks of time. So I can write down in each chunk of time what I have to do. And I'm really trying to do that sort of block scheduling. It seems to be working well for me. And then in between each of those is 2 lined pages. So that's really nice because, like you can see here, I use it for notes. I use it to write down videos that I want. Let me see. Oh yeah. I know that in a couple of weeks, my book club is going to be going over books that we want to read for the next few months. So I'm just writing down ideas. At the end of the Traveler's Notebook, I've been writing down, as I'm watching videos of everybody's top favorites of 2018, all their books, I've been writing them down. And I've just been really enjoying this size compared to what I normally do. Even though I don't have a lot of opportunity to decorate it, it's been a little boring in the decoration department, but that's okay. It's functional for me. And then I also have this one that is just plans and more like list based. Yeah, and then I have a notebook with line, or I guess in this case it's grid, but you know, lines or grid, whichever. I just throw those in there too so that I have places to write notes. And then the last one is a budget tracker, I guess. But yeah, so I grabbed more of these because Since I'm doing them as weekly instead of monthly, I can get 2 months worth in one notebook. So I grabbed them while they still had some so that I can use these all year long. Off on a tangent, so I grabbed those. So now I have enough for the whole year. And then I ran into the dollar store. So I'll show you what I got there. It's very underwhelming. I found these cute little statues. We don't do a lot of decoration for Valentine's or anything like that, but I just like to put up a few little things. And go. I found a fox for my son Fox. Where did she put the other ones? And I found a bear for Bear. That's for Sebastian. And I found a frog. And so this is kind of the reason I got these. They were all together on the shelf like this. And my daughter, when I was pregnant with her, she used to like kick and bounce and move around so much. And so I'm really afraid of frogs, actually. And I worked at a pet store for a very long time, and I always refused to deal with the Pac-Man frog because it just totally creeps me out that he would eat goldfish. And yeah, blah. So my best friend would tease me, and people started collecting frog stuff for my daughter when I was pregnant, and it was sort of like an inside joke thing. But for a long time, she was always being given frog stuffies and blankets and a lot of frog themed stuff. And my best friend painted some art for her that was froggy. And so when I saw the 3 of these together, I knew it was meant to be that all 3 of my kids were represented. I grabbed some wood veneer. These are really cute, and they're a pretty good deal for $2. Because sometimes wood veneer is actually really expensive. So I got some Christmas ones, and there were fall ones, and now Valentine's ones. So obviously they're bringing them all out. I love the little box that it comes in. I have to try and figure something else to do with the boxes because I don't keep them in these, but I think they might make, I don't know, like fun travel tic-tac-toe boxes. That's the idea that I have. Maybe putting magnets inside them or something, and the kids can play tic-tac-toe. Yeah, ideas. I have ideas. And then I also got a couple of these because I do scrapbook at work when I have some free time. So these are really handy to have at work. I just keep them with all my scrapbooking stuff. I have a little stash of stuff, and they're acid free and everything like that. And I've been using them for a couple of years, and I haven't had any problems with anything pulling up, or I mean, everything's in sleeves anyways, so it's protected, but they seem to hold. So I grabbed a couple of those. So that is it. Oh, and a hole punch. I grabbed a hole punch because I broke my hole punch in the middle of doing a make and take at Christmas time, and yeah, I needed a new one, so grabbed that too. That is it. That is my haul. As far as reading goes for the day so far, I have read a couple more chapters in Let Me Lie. They're really short chapters, so that's pretty good. You just, kind of flip through them. So I'm just going to keep working away at that one. And then I did listen to the buddy read, so I'm not sure exactly how much into it I am. But yeah, I've gotten into it far enough to kind of get the gist of, or maybe the direction of where the story is going. So I'm excited to follow through with that one. And that's it. So I will talk to you later.